What is up, everybody? Carl O'Connor, aka Buzz Lightyear, back again with step one, part two of the Tamiya King Hauler. This is where we're going to be assembling the servo arms onto the servo for both the shift and steering servos for the Tamiya King Hauler. So just a few things you're going to probably need. A few tools that I had, a pair of dikes or side cutters to go ahead and cut the plastic pieces out of the parts trees. Little emery board just to sand the edges off and just kind of clean up the plastic pieces. Phillips screwdriver, and then you're going to need, let's see, a 4mm and 5.5mm nut driver for this. So what I'm going to do first is go ahead and tackle the steering servo, and I've broken the parts into these little muffin cups, and we're going to set that one, since that one's going to be the shift servo, out of the way. And so we've already centered our servo, which is going to be the first thing you're going to want to do. And then let's see here. You've got, the kit does come with two different splined servo pieces, servo horn pieces, and one's for a Futaba, one's for a Swana. Depending on what spline, how many splines your servo has on it, is going to be which one you're going to use. So for this one, these Tactic TSX 45s actually fit the Futaba spline, and what we're going to do is take this piece right here, and we're going to go ahead and line it up like so. Just go ahead and press that down onto the spline. Then after that, we're going to go ahead, and this little piece right here is actually a split collar. As you can see, it's got a little gap in it right there. And what you're going to want to do is this tab right there, that little, is you're going to hook and spread the collar a little bit around that, like so it sits on each side of it. Okay. Now, from there, I'm going to go ahead and set that aside for now, and then we're going to focus on our steering arm. And as you can see in the steering arm, it has a hex in it for the nut, and we're going to go ahead, and you've got your ball stud, and I've got the nut just sitting on it so I didn't lose it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the nut off the ball stud, and then go ahead and just press that nut down in there, flip it over, screw the ball stud into the nut, and then I'm going to take, if this one takes the 5.5, it does, 5.5 nut driver, and just go ahead and tighten it down. Alright, so now that that's done, we are going to, we do have to pay attention to how it is centered here. This part, the servo arm, has another part that goes into the split in this ring here, and that sits like that. Then there's a little spacer, as you can see right here, that goes down in the hole like so. And then there's a Phillips screw, and that goes into your servo, and you just tighten that down with your Phillips screwdriver. And alright, and that one is tight. Alright, so next we're going to do our shift servo. And same thing, grab our parts for that. Very similar. Once again, you've got your piece for, you want to make sure, according to the diagram, pay attention to which way your wire's facing. And then for this one, it wants that little bump on the, for the servo arm to be facing 90 degrees up. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Push that on there. And then it's got the same collar on this one. So once again, we're going to want to go ahead and spread the collar around that tab on the servo like so. Now, it has this piece which has, I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's got those little teeth on it, okay? And there is an adjustment built into this for different length steering servos, or steering arms. So basically it's got the same tab here. You want to match that tab up to the split in the collar. Go ahead and slide that on and in. Okay. Then you've got your steering arm, and you've got the little triangle pieces here that are going to actually line up and slide into the teeth on there. And for this one, it is showing that it wants it to start it all the way at the top. Actually, before I do that, I just screwed up. Alright, so before we do that, I want to go ahead and I'm going to put my ball stud on so it's going to be easily accessible. So same thing, this one's got a spot for the nut in the back. And we're going to go ahead and undo the nut from the ball stud. And notice I'm not working with a big messy station. And it's because some of these screws are very, very small for this kit. So cleanliness is key. So anyway, I've got the nut in there, got the ball stud tightened in. I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down with my 4mm nut driver. Go ahead and tighten that down. That's good and snug. Now we can go ahead and put that back on. Nope, one more up. Come on, get in there. There it goes. Alright, so same thing. You got a little spacer right here. You're going to drop that over your screw hole. Long screw here. Go ahead and then drop that through there. And go ahead and tighten that screw down into your servo. Let's see why. There it goes. All right. And that's it. That is step one completed. So if you guys have any questions, comments, go ahead and put them down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything I missed or anything that you guys would recommend doing differently. Other than that, that's step number one complete. And we are on our way to getting this Tamiya King Hauler built. So next up, we're going to put the mounts on the servos. That'll be in step number 2's video. Once again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.